If you're familiar with the Hindu push-up, you may think that this is that at first, but I can assure you it's not. Some may call this movement the Rammurti Dand after one of India's strongest men, but this is just a variation of the Hindu push-up that I've found to be more challenging to use for an upper body workout. I like to do this as a finisher for a push day, or you can do it as a full-on chest, shoulder, or tricep workout, as this will primarily target those three muscle groups. Plus, you can position yourself in such a way that adjusts the primary muscle targeted, so depending on your use case, you can make minor tweaks to this movement depending on your goal. So let me walk you through my mental cues so you can get an idea. To start, get in this semi-pike position, and again, experiment with hand width here depending on where you want to feel this. Start with shoulder width and then move in or out from there. To start the movement, you want to lower your head straight down toward the ground and then act as if you want to graze the ground with your face as you go forward into more extension. And through this part of the movement, the tension will largely be focused on your triceps. A big mental cue here is to keep your elbows in and try not to let them flare out. This will ensure that your triceps are engaged. Then, as you push up, make sure you really squeeze your chest the entire time and make that be the reason you're going up, because you're contracting your chest. Feel a nice stretch in your back and your lumbar, maybe hold for a second or two, and then slowly lower yourself back down, keeping the chest engaged. And as you lower yourself down, getting closer to the ground, again, you're going to want to push yourself backward as your hips go higher, remembering to keep your elbows in, and push yourself all the way back to that starting pike position. You'll see here as I get tired, the part of the movement where I push myself backward and my hips go up starts to look more like a regular push-up, because I can't really push myself backward anymore. That's because after a few high quality reps, your triceps will likely be fatigued. And that's totally fine, as at that point it becomes even more of a chest workout. Which is perfect timing to hammer this point home. I think too many people don't do certain things or movements because they wonder if they're doing something right, and they have this fear that they're doing a movement wrong, so they just don't do it. Listen, there is no wrong way to move your body. Feel free to tweak all of these movements and try new things, and always work on that mind-muscle connection, whatever you're doing. Really learn how to get in tune with your body and understand what muscles are contracting and when. Find out at what angles you feel the tension most and in what areas. And if you can't yet do this style of push-up, just compress and shorten the range of motion to the point where you can, and then work up toward doing this through the full range. Or you can do this beginner variation, just do the whole thing on your knees. The magic of this movement is not just that it's a great shoulder, tricep, and chest workout, but it's a flow movement. Most people want functional strength. They want strength and mobility through different positions. They want strength through different movements. They want resilience in different compromised positions. And doing this type of exercise as a finisher or a standalone workout trains our stability and strength through various different angles and positions. And this can be a go-to compound body weight movement, which is just something that hits multiple muscle groups at once. Plus, this flow up and down is again great for mobility and strengthening your shoulder joints. These flow movements will also help you with coordination and body awareness, and this happens through activation of our vestibular systems. And finally, this movement is scalable, so you can do this with a diamond hand placement to make it a bit more challenging. You could do this with a weighted vest, and as always, let me know if you have questions in the comments. I'll answer them all for as long as I can.